Chapter 8. Into the Backrooms. Hounded. I fell back, stumbling away from the closet doors as a dog-like creature with a human head fell onto me. I kicked out, my foot connecting with his head as I scrambled back to my feet. I kicked off the ground and ran as fast as I could down the hallway. The weird creature howled before starting the chase after me. I darted to a door on my left and rammed into it with brute force. The latch clicked as the wood cracked on impact. I fell sideways before hitting the ground with a crunch. I rolled, kicking frantically as I tried to keep as much distance as I could from the creature. The sounds of 2 sets of feet reached my ears as I leapt into the standing position. "No!" I screamed as I ran to the door, grabbing it with both hands as I slammed it shut. The hound barked as it interfered with the door halfway, shoving me back. I dug my toes into the carpet as I put all my weight against the door. The dog-like creature snarled, its feet scraping the door as it tried to get in. I grabbed my flashlight, struggling to keep the door closed, as close as possible. The flashlight hit the human-like face with a sickening crunch, sending the hound back as I howled in pain. I slammed into the door, shutting it instantly as I let the flashlight drop to the floor. My head pounded as I sunk to the ground, the sound of the creature outside the door tearing away at my sanity. "What the fuck do I do? What do I fucking do?" I said as I grabbed the flashlight and got to my feet. The door shifted as the hound rammed into it, the creature attempting to breach the wooden locked door with brute force. I walked across the hotel room, scanning the surfaces of drawers as I went. The bed creaked as I walked across the moist carpet. "I need to get out of here," I said as I pulled open the top drawer of the bedside dresser. A set of flashlight batteries rolled to the other end of the drawer. Behind, pulled along by the momentum of the... A set of flashlight batteries rolled to the other end of the drawer. Behind, pulled along by the momentum of the drawer open. What did I write here? You know, I'll fix that. I'm not fixing it in editing, but, guys, fuck. I grabbed the batteries before pocketing them, opening the next 2 drawers with my other hand. A bottle of almond water sat atop the bedside table, waiting for someone to take it in with them. I grabbed the almond water and walked back to the closet. The door shook as the hound leapt at it furiously, struggling to crack the door for him to get inside. I exhaled, tossing a stained white towel to the floor as I grabbed another canister of bug spray. My head pounded as I crouched down, scanning the lower shelves of the closet. The doorknob shook, the lock slowly shifting as the hound beat away at the aged wooden door. I grabbed a small box of bandages, the container looking similar to a first aid kit you find in video games, and pocketed it. I quickly walked over to the bed and crouched down, looking everywhere I could. Escape. How do I... A metal vent caught my eye, the shiny steel grate seeming to hide behind a corner wall. I sprinted over and yanked the metal grate off of the wall, sending multiple screws to the floor. "The air ducts? I can go through the air ducts, right?" I said as I dropped the metal vent cover. I looked behind me to see the door bending under the hound's weight as it rammed against the door repeatedly. I took a deep breath in and crawled into the air duct, slowly inching my way down. The tight and closed space as the door to the hotel room burst open. The hound screamed in a rage as it realized the prey was now gone. Fuck. I mumbled fearfully as I shuffled through the metal ducts. Inching further in the darkness, the spiderwebs brushed against my face and shoulders. I glanced to the right to see another air duct exiting into a new hallway and began to inch my way towards it. Sounds of fast-moving air began to approach behind me as I wiggled my way down the tight space. Hot air nipped my heels as I shoved the vent cover off with 2 hands. The metal grate skidded across the hotel carpet as I crawled out into the hallway. The vent hissed loudly as a stream of burning hot air blasted through the open air duct. I stumbled back as the burning hot steam hit my skin. I lost my footing and fell backwards as the rush of burning steam slowed before coming to a stop. I took a couple of deep breaths and got to my feet. That was way too close, I said as I turned around. Almost instantly the hound was on top of me, its head jerking left and right as it growled and howled. That does not say as, that should be fixed. I cried out and punched the creature's repulsive face, my fist connecting with the side of its head. It yelped in pain as I grabbed my flashlight and whipped it over the creature's eyes. It rolled to the right, yelping in pain as it stopped against the side wall. "Get the fuck off of me," I said as I turned the flashlight on and shined it directly on in the hound's corneas. The creature howled in pain as the light appeared to burn its flesh. I inched closer, increasing the flashlight's brightness as the hound backed itself into a corner. I took a step forwards before pushing the light's brightness to max. The hound wailed in pain before bolting down the hallway and into the dark room at the last corridor. I I clicked the off button and ran the opposite direction, ramming into the stairwell door before stopping in the corner between the 2 staircases. Light! That's the answer. I need light for these guys, I said to myself as I hurriedly made my way down to the first floor. The sounds of wings reached my ears as I reached the stairwell's exit door, grabbed the can of bug spray from my back pocket and pushed the door open. The room in front of me was pitch black. The possibility of hidden entities began to lurk in the dark corners of my mind. I gripped the can of bug spray tightly as I stepped into the darkness. The second I stepped into the completely black void, everything went bright white as a loud mechanical hum filled my ears. Adrenaline shot through my entire body as the sounds and lights grew more and more intense. What the hell is happening? I cried as I turned around, pointing to go back the way I came. The last thing I saw was the pitch black void all around me before everything went dark. Editor's note here. I do all of this in one take. If you don't like it, leave. But I'm reading this not only to check it, but to also have fun and enjoy reading it, just to see what I've done and also provide the history of what this story is. Now, if you want to stick around, this is part 8. So if you're enjoying, please consider subscribing. I know this is probably about 2.5 hours into the full novel series, because the first part was about 45 minutes, and this second collection ends with Chapter 9, Pipe Dreams, and I'm really, really happy to show you guys what lies in Book 2, because Book 2 is where it gets good. Now, I'll see you guys in the future, and I'll continue posting videos until all 93 parts are released. See you in the next one. By the way, you're just going to continue watching these, so I'm not doing an outro.